Hello, everyone, and welcome in to episode number 35. I can't believe we're at episode number 35 of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. Before we get started tonight, guys, I want to encourage you if you have a pair of earbuds or headphones, you want to grab them tonight. That's just going to make for a better experience for tonight's show. So make sure to grab those earbuds or headphones if you have them handy, and it's just going to make for a better experience tonight. So, guys, this show is created as a safe space where cancer survivors and cancer supporters come together to share their stories and connect, as well as find resources that provide healing, hope, and resilience. My name is Tim Sohn, a 15-plus year cancer survivor, host of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, and a live streaming producer and coach for impact-focused nonprofits, businesses, and entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please let us know, where are you tuning in from around the world? We want to know. And what is your connection to cancer? Maybe you're a cancer survivor. Maybe a family member has passed. Maybe you have a cancer survivor in your family. Maybe you're an author, a medical professional, or you have some other perspective or a connection on cancer. We definitely want this to be a conversation for sure. Before I introduce my incredible guest co-host tonight and incredible guest for tonight, I want to share some exciting news with you. The first ever in-person Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer event will be taking place, and we finally firmed this up, on September 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. I will be sharing more information with you, including the agenda and how to sign up, in the next week or two. But I wanted to share this information with you and let you know that we're also looking for sponsors for the event, because we want to make the event as affordable to as many people that can show up. The event is for cancer survivors and cancer supporters to do things that we do right here on the show, to show up, to share and gain perspectives, to share your story in person in a safe space. And today we got our very first sponsor for the event, and we'll be sharing more information about that in the coming days. And if you are interested in being a sponsor, the price is just $100 to be a sponsor for the event. So definitely reach out to me if you are interested in sponsoring the Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer in-person event. I also just want to briefly mention there are going to be a few changes coming to Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer in the coming weeks. Starting on August 2nd, which is actually Megan Sohn, my daughter's birthday, there will be a new official co-host for Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, and that person is Erica Campbell. And Erica, I'm so excited to have you as the new official co-host. But definitely shout out to Nancy Barrows and Mark Kageyama, who is the guest co-host for this evening. They have both been doing an amazing job. But also the time of the show will be changing to Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, starting on August 2nd. So I just wanted to let you guys know about those few changes coming up. But now I want to introduce our guest co-host for tonight. This evening, I will be joined once again by Mark Kageyama. Mark is a stage 4 cancer patient with prostate, bone, and lung cancer. He has a YouTube channel called To Be Your Own Hero, and I highly suggest you guys search for it and check it out. He does amazing interviews on that channel, guys, so definitely check it out, where he shares his own cancer journey and tries to inspire people to appreciate their health, their beautiful lives, and to not sleepwalk through life. Personally, he feels so blessed to be able to open his eyes in the morning to experience a wonderful new day. In addition, Katie Gasperi, and future guest on Showing Up, and he runs a clubhouse room on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time called Cancer Conquering Community. Mark has also been a previous guest on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. Now I'm going to bring Mark onto the show. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the show once again.
Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate it, and I'm so honored. And I'm so honored because uh, I want to pose a question. Is everyone out there ready to feel inspired? Tonight's guest is Shrenik Shah, a 25-year vocal cord cancer survivor. And he's also a global influencer, inspirational speaker, mentor, counselor, patient leader hero award winner 2021 in the United States, anchor and moderator of a Facebook Live e-health series, among his other accomplishments. And I'd like to add something at this time because, growing up, uh, I was introduced to sports at a young age by my father, and so growing up, I always revered, great sports stars. But this is a little different. Since I've gotten cancer, I've come to appreciate uh, many more things, and one of the things that I really, really appreciate is our guest Shrenik Shah. Uh, Basically, if you could picture this, he's like the Yoda or Mr. Miyagi of cancer. And he is so wise and has so many profound things to say. So I would suggest to really focus on what he's saying, because he says so many things that are really, really valuable. And my daughter sent my wife a letter, and on it she stuffed this this right here, and it says, "Live a great story."
Hmm.
And this man, Shrenik Shah, lives a great story, but he's not done yet. He's still writing his story. On the back of this, it says, "Be the hero of your own story." And it really resonates with me because my YouTube channel is called "To Be Your Own Hero." So with that, oh, I'd also like to say one other thing. And Tim's going, this guy talks too much. Anyway, I just want to thank Nancy Barrows for doing such a great job and for keeping the seat warm. And so what I'd like to do is to introduce our guest, Mr. Shrenik Shah. Welcome to the show, Shrenik,
Welcome.
and thank you so much for showing up tonight.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Mark. So, hello, friends. Good evening, America, and
Yeah.
we dated every Independence Day, America as well. The and once again, hello from London. It's 20 minutes past 1 a.m. here in London now. But speaking and interacting with our wonderful people, particularly team and Mark, is always fascinating experience. And I really have no reason to say no to this specific time. So thank you, team and Mark. I'm truly honored with the wonderful introduction you've given.
Well, thank you, Shrenik. We appreciate you staying up so early or so late, depending what your perspective is. And we really appreciate you being here to share your story. I know just based on the pre-interview that we had, I know that you provide me so much hope and you're such an inspiration. But before we get started with our conversation, I just want to go to the comments and see who's here to support you and each other tonight. And guys, I have a little bit different of a setup tonight. I rearranged my studio, so I'm going to look to the side to show the comments. So I'm not being rude. I'm just going over here for a moment, just so you know. So Stefan is here tonight from New Jersey. He says, always here to support my B fam. By the way, that means brother from another mother. He's my good friend, Stefan. And he's often here showing up to support our guests and each other. So thank you for being here, Stefan. We really appreciate it. Uh, we have Al Baruni says, "Good job, sir."
Yeah,
Ivan.
he's from Bangladesh.
Oh, okay. Ivan is here. He says, "Hello, Tim and everyone else. Thank you for being here." Uh, hello from Brazil. Thank you for being here. Nikita says, "Hello from Alabama. Welcome." Tim McDonald is here. Tim was just on Peter Clark's show earlier today. Tim is in need of a liver donor. So great to have you here tonight, Tim McDonald. Wasn't expecting to see you, but so grateful to have you here tonight. He's a previous guest on the show here. Lance is here. He says, "Live a great story. That is a great message. Thank you for sharing such an inspirational story." Melody is here. She says, "Hi, Stefan Kaplan. Good to see you twice today." Yes. Stefan is giving me a feedback on my lighting. Yes, I know my lighting needs help. This is my first attempt at this new studio. So thank you all. That I see your comments. We appreciate you all for being here for sure. We're going to dive in with the conversation. Definitely, as we go through the conversation, guys, let us know where you're tuning in from around the world. What is your connection to cancer, as well as what questions do you have for Shrenik? I'm sure he'd be happy to answer them. So Shrenik, you were diagnosed with vocal cord cancer 25 years ago. Can you take us back in time to maybe just before that time? What was life and work for you before cancer? Like for before cancer?
Well, let me admit one thing, Mark and Tim, the live 2.0. I mean, before I speak about live 1.0, I would like to speak a bit about live 2.0. This live 2.0 is fabulous, fascinating, amazing, awesome. I mean, I can spell out, or rather, I can narrate another 50 words, but time will not be enough. So that is all about live 2.0. And well, as about,
Shrenik,
yeah,
we can talk about life 2.0, but could we just start with
yeah, yeah,
just a little bit before cancer, just so people
yeah,
have a little bit of context? Would that be
sure,
okay?
sure.
Cool.
So during my life 1.0, I was known as a cowboy. The reason is I was traveling the world over. I had more than 200 overseas trips because I was into international business and marketing. So I would say 85% of my life was at 37,000 feet because I was commuting between India and US, South America, Europe, Africa, and so on. And believe me, I was 100% businessman and family man and totally introvert. That means, I was not speaking much except my business or having conversation with my customers. So that is life 1.0. And well, I was into business and running factory. I mean, it was a family business. Worked in a factory for 11 years and then another 15 years as a international traveler or international businessman.
Shrenik, how were you able to overcome the thought that you would be losing your voice that you had your whole life in exchange for something so different?
Mark, I would like you to repeat your question, please.
How were you able to overcome the thought that you would be losing the voice that you were born with, that you had your whole life, in exchange for something so completely different?
Mark, actually, for me, it was all about a question of survival, and then not about, losing my natural speaking ability that was back in 1997. Because when I was say I had no habit of tobacco, never smoke, I'm strict vegetarian, non-alcoholic, and so on. But somehow I got diagnosed with the cancer, and in fact I was not suspecting cancer at all. So by the time my family friend or other physician is now in Washington DC, Dr. Trivedi, he guided me to see the cancer surgeon on a urgent basis. I had a severe breathing problem. Tumor was blocking the opening of my trachea, and my situation was crazy. I would say I had nearly death experience,
Wow.
and I had to undergo the massive surgery. But when doctor told me that you won't be able to speak for all your life naturally, for me the important aspect was accepting the situation, and on top of that surviving from the cancer. Because I mean, if I cannot survive, I mean, whether you have a voice or you don't have a voice, it hardly matters. So I mean, I'm glad, I'm blessed by Lord Krishna that I could accept the unbelievable challenge of losing the voice forever. And imagine, yeah, being a international businessman, a marketer, and in those time, particularly in 1997, there was no internet, there was no mobile phone, and communication was definitely only a vocal. I mean, you have to keep on talking, and I lost my natural speaking ability. So I realized that about me, I really don't have any choice, and I must continue my life, and that is only possible after survival.
So, Shrenik, could you take us back in time to when you found out that you were diagnosed? How did you find out that you had cancer? And did you have to have surgery or any other treatments? And also, how are you doing now?
Well, actually, I was 44 at that time, and my normal voice started changing from normal to the hoarseness and to the whispering. And then I started losing my weight by 15 kilos, and the worst situation was I was unable to breathe. All the time I was feeling like I am at the bottom of the swimming pool, and I was just trying hard to get out of the situation. And then one morning I started bleeding in my calf, and I do see my family physician friend, and he guided me to see the cancer surgeon. And so, and when I was diagnosed, or when scopy was done, it was indeed a terrible situation. I was told, like, you really don't have much of the time unless you undergo the massive surgery and vocal cords are removed.
I want I want everybody to think about this situation right here.
Yeah.
This is 25 years ago. And in terms of cancer, that's like ancient history. That's why I consider Shrenik just a true pioneer in this field. I mean, he is he's a trailblazer. I mean, he's been there before us. I mean, we all think that we're all going through, tough things, and we, a lot of us are. But this was ancient history 25 years ago as far as cancer goes. And they didn't have the answers and they didn't know. And this man was staring at he losing his voice that he was born with. Can you imagine that? Think about that. Put yourself in his shoes. Think about what that would mean to you. I can't even imagine that. So the question I have for you, Shrenik, is this. Was giving up an option for you?
Absolutely not. And Mark, what you said in last few minutes, let me ask a very simple question to both of you and audience as well. Like, you want to speak and your natural voice is not coming out. You have to deliver a lecture, or you are appearing for a job interview and you want to speak, and your natural voice is not coming out. What will be the anger, what will be the frustration, what will be the depression? And that is the life I am living for last 25 years. Without this device I can do nothing. And I would like to show one poster. Today, as on 5th of July, this is my 9070 day since I lost my natural speaking ability. I do have a poster, which is been 3 months old because I could not take out the print, but I will show you one poster.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Wow. That's a long time. You're such an inspiration, Shrenik, for all of us.
And answering your question, Mark, again, I would like to show you another poster, and that will illustrate everything to what I am today. I would say I'm humble to say what I am today.
Let me see if I can make that bigger for everyone. There we go. Can you explain this, Shrenik? What's in this poster?
Yeah, sure. So, this is one of the very important yoga posture, and this posture illustrate 100% flexibility. And when you are talking about flexibility, the shape of the body, turning the body, etc. So it is a combination of acceptance, courage, confidence, dedication, gratitude, everything together in the one word, that is flexibility. So once you have a flexibility, nothing can stop you. Believe me, nothing can stop you at any point of time. Absolutely no. And I'm humble to say that's what I am as of now, and it is God's grace. And yes, I am 360-degree well wished by 50,000 countless 50,000 plus individuals globally without any discrimination. So this is all Almighty's grace, no doubt about it.
Wow. Before we continue the conversation, Shrenik, I just want to go to the comments for a minute. So many people are putting in beautiful comments for you. Lagia, who tunes in from Costa Rica, she says, a great story. We should follow this example, Shrenik. Here's another comment here from Lance. He says, live a great story. That is a great message. Thank you for sharing such an inspirational story. I'm trying to grab the There's so many comments. I can't keep up with them. You're so popular, Shrenik. Mark says, thanks for your insight to your story. Sorry, I need to go to a meeting. That's okay, Mark. there's always the replay. You can always catch the rest of the conversation. Nikita,
Actually,
yeah.
Mark is the one who introduced me to you, Tim.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you,
And
Mark.
you're both Marks. Thank you, Nikita. Mary Wells, who was just on the show last week with me and uh, Nancy Barrows, is saying hello to Carl Sean Watkins. So thank you for being here. Uh, yeah, we so appreciate you all being here. Oh, Lagia says, you have always inspired me, my friend Shrenik.
Thank you, Tim.
Yes.
Just give me a minute. I would like to say a few things. You
Yes. Go
know,
ahead.
Tim, in this 35th show, we we have marked world record. You know why? There are three different citizens from three different countries: American, Japanese, and Indian. That is number one. And probably I would be the first, or rather, I am the first on your show with this unique voice. So
Yes, that's true.
thank you so much for having this honor and inviting me on your show. Please continue.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for saying yes to be on the show. Appreciate that. Um, oh, I think this is a question. Stefan says, Shrenik, what types of new technology have been of the most help to you in your 2.0 life? You are pure inspiration, sir.
Simple acceptance, courage, and this device. Believe me, this device is my officially. This device is my officially second mouse because if I want to speak, I cannot speak without the device. I would be muted.
Thank you for sharing that, Shrenik. So, Shrenik, you were talking a little bit about your device. What was it like going from having your natural voice to having to use the device? And now you're a speaker and an influencer and so many other things. What was that transition like for you?
Tim, honestly speaking, I am grateful to all those individuals back in December 1997. Currently, in US, there are 72,000 plus speech language therapists SLB. In those time, there was no SLB available in India, and I had to practice standing in front of the mirror for a week time, and that's how I have learned all my muscle. But whatever it is, when I started speaking in public, team, people were scared. People were running away because they have never heard such type of voice before.
Mm,
And believe me, I am grateful to all those individuals. And I would love to go down joining my two ends that before because of those individuals who ran away and who were scared. That was a change maker situation, and I realized that if I don't survive, I must continue speaking. And so far as if I am audible myself, then people will be able to understand me. And I was the only breadwinner in my family. My two sons, Mauli Ganangit, they were 20 and 18 years. My wife, I'm 2 years younger to me, and she was housewife at that time. Of course, now she's in business. So, I mean, it was more like a challenges, more like a challenges. You know what, team?
yeah.
Uh, when we are talking about challenges, you guys are quite familiar with the U.S. Open tennis, and that could be double fold, that could be views, etc. But what is important at the end of the day, winning the game, winning the set, and winning or grabbing an award like yes, US champion, and that's what I have learned, and that's what I am every day implementing. And I must tell you, I would like to show you my twins, and the reason I tell you why.
Yeah.
I think it's just so incredible that uh, the way you've blazed this trail for all of us, and so thank you for just persevering and overcoming this unbelievable situation. I mean, I, I I I can't even, I don't have words to commend you enough, Shrenik. And we were talking in the pre-interview about how cancer is such a mental endeavor, and I don't think that is talked about enough, because cancer is so complicated, and it takes the physical body, but it also takes the mental fortitude which you have. So what do you attribute your mental fortitude to, and how did this come about? Because it doesn't happen by accident. I mean, your attitude is because of you. So can you explain that? Because I am just so excited to hear about this.
Sure, Mark. Wonderful question. Let's understand one point. You, me, and everybody on this planet. There are technologists, there are oncologists, medical professionals. They are treating you, but they are not going to live with you 24 by 7, right? That they are qualified, they are skilled enough to treat you very well, and and believe me, I mean, fortunately, I know 500 plus 500 plus cancer specialists on one-to-one basis worldwide, and all these oncologists, they treat you as a newborn baby, and they deliver to the best. But at the same time, once you are out of the treatment or out of the hospital, you are on your own. And when you are on your own, you have to be yourself. And let me give you another example to what you mentioned, or rather what you asked, Mark. Imagine you've been gifted a wonderful car, Aston Martin. Aston Martin car gifted to you. What will you be doing? Would you be keeping in the garage, or would you be driving out? I mean, driving at 150 miles an hour, and let people see that Mark as Aston Martin. Life is exactly similar to Aston Martin. It all depends on you, how you drive your life. Either you came in or not on the jack, either you came in your garage and do nothing, and one day you will go away. My Aston Martin will stay in your garage, and that's it. Life is exactly similar to Aston Martin. Use it to the best. And I must add one more thing here, and say, I mean, we are, we are aware, but we hardly bother about it. Say, I believe in one thing, that do everything when you are alive. The day your life is over, your photograph, your photograph will stay in your home, but not your body, because in no time you'll be sent to crematorium. So everything is possible when you are alive. Otherwise, you can't do anything at all. So it's all about acceptance. all about courage, all about confidence, dedication, and deliverable. And during too many of my lectures, Mark, I am telling that we need to change the format of alphabet. Forget about A for apple and B for baby. Now A for acceptance, B for bravery, C for courage, D for deliverable, and so on. So we need to change the entire alphabet, and that's what we are supposed to teach to our new generation or newborn babies, so that they won't find life difficult or full of frustration.
Well, you have certainly been courageous in your journey, Shrenik. And so I want to ask you about support. How important has I know support has been important for me as a more than 15-year cancer survivor, leukemia survivor. How important has support been, whether it's from family or friends, or I don't know if you've received support from any cancer related organizations? Can you talk a little bit about that in terms of your cancer journey?
Well, uh, I would say in my case, it was kind of one man show or one man journey, but family support, support from my wife, from my both sons, daughter-in-laws is incredible, and I must admit and I must acknowledge and I admire the presence of every single caregiver. Without their presence, the life of cancer survivor or any patient is incomplete. And
Yes.
once again, I would like to join my hands and I'd like to bow down to all caregivers in the world for their incredible support by default. There is no expectation from the caregiver that okay, there is no barter, there is no trade between caregiver and patient, and so they are doing wonderful job. And for caregivers, I must tell you that for caregivers, they did not have to go to temple or church or even mosque. I mean, whatever they are doing, that is absolutely beyond expectation.
Yeah, I would love if there's anybody watching the show right now, if you are a caregiver or if you've been a caregiver, and if you're sharing that, definitely share it in the comments. Definitely shout out to all caregivers because that's such an important role, and uh, I so appreciate all of you who are doing that or who have done that. Right, Mark?
Absolutely. It is basically a cancer journey, particularly stage 3 and stage 4. It's a team effort, and it takes
Mm,
people surrounding that cancer patient. I mean, I am so beyond grateful for my family and friends, and because without them, eh, I wouldn't be here. I mean,
mm,
bottom line, I mean, they helped to save my life, and I'm forever grateful to my daughters, my wife, my mom, my sister. I mean, there's just been so many people that I am so grateful for. So thank you for bringing that up, Shrenik, because caretakers, and it's a very difficult uh, job being a caretaker for cancer patients because there's so many needs depending on the situation. So I, I just want to commend you, Shrenik, for being such an incredible, amazing representative for cancer. And at what point did you realize that you were going to be uh, a representative of cancer?
Well, this is 2022, so well, I have been into this counseling, coaching, and so on since 2011, and believe me, Mark, oncologists, they are doing their best, but you know what? Their priorities are absolutely treating the patients, counseling, etc. is, I mean, they really don't have so much of time because, I mean, if they will be doing counseling work, they cannot concentrate on their skills and providing treatments. So in 2011, my surgeon called me up, and one patient was there in the hospital, and I was asked to counsel him. And well, I had about 45 minutes session with the patient. He was convinced for the undergoing massive surgery and so on. So that one single incident, you know, encouraged me to get into this counseling or coaching activities. And that's how, and as I told earlier, I am having a privilege to counsel 50,000 plus individuals globally. I mean,
Wow.
and these social media platforms. So, I mean, I would say practically unknown faces, and there is no discrimination that I would do this. I will, and my doors are open 24 by 7 for cancer patients. No, I
Wow.
mean, no, I never, I cannot say no. That okay, I cannot do it now. I mean, feel free to get in touch, and that's it. And
Well, mhm.
one more thing I would like to add here. I mean, I had shown my two hands in my two hands when I start my day. It is not written, but it is virtually written. The Invictus poem, the two lines of Invictus poem. I am I am the master of my fate, and I am captain of my soul, and I believe in that, and I stick to that all the time. I mean, my day never starts without these two lines of my poem, and that's what keeping me moving on and on. Love adding momentum like anything.
Can you say that again, Shrenik?
The entire stuff again. So in my two palms,
You
what?
said I am captain of my.
Yeah, I am master of my fate and captain of my soul. That is the two lines of Invictus poem. So that is what
I love that.
can make you Invictus. I mean, you are not born to give up. I mean, say the life given to us by the Almighty is a free gift, and free gift with us might, right? So now you cannot give up your life, you cannot give up your smile either, because that is the best prayer to the Almighty.
Wow. Wow. You're just providing us so much hope and inspiration tonight, Shrenik. And the mic drop moments and the quotes. But Shrenik, something that we all share is that we all share our cancer journeys publicly, myself and you and Mark. So I'm curious, when did you start sharing your cancer journey publicly and why?
20, 2011, I mean, it is, as I said earlier, it is never ending journey, never ending journey. Because, see, let me tell you that if you can change or if you can support even one single life through your storytelling, you are making Himalayan difference in life of someone else. See, I mean, as an individual, I may not be aware like what I have done, but whoever is suffering or whoever is able to get out of the problem, he and she knows better. The the approach and attitude. And when I'm talking about attitude, I believe that opportunities are much larger than attitude. I mean, if someone is reaching out for getting counsel, and if you say no, that means you are showing attitude. No, you cannot do that. I mean, you need to share your experiences. You need to share your expertise. And look, these experiences and this expertise you cannot browse on a Google or any platform, because these are inbuilt. You are talking your heart out, and when you are talking your heart out, there is no manipulation. And believe me, you might be aware about our God, Lord Krishna. So whenever I am into counseling or whenever I am into speaking, I feel like I am in Vrindavan. That is Lord Krishna's home. And when it is there, I am fully supported by Lord Krishna, like anything. So everything is just coming out. I'm a spontaneous speaker. I never prepare myself for giving interview or speaking out at the event.
I'm curious, Mark. Mark, what inspired you to share your cancer story, and when did you start sharing yours?
That's a great question. I think what inspired me was I started my YouTube channel when I was at my very weakest. And
Mm,
I was just thinking, how many stage 4 cancer patients would be willing to get on camera and share their journey? And my initial goal was to just help people. And wanted to just help one person. And I felt that if I were to help one person, then it's all worth it. And what was amazing about my YouTube channel was I started with 0 subscribers. I started from ground zero. I asked my daughter, hey, can you help me set up a YouTube channel, which she did.
yeah.
And
Shout out to your daughter.
pardon me?
Shout out to your daughter.
Yes, yes. In fact, she's in Alaska right now, sent me some beautiful pictures. And yeah, she and her husband traveled the United States by RV. So
Wow.
hi, Lisa. Anyway, but I also wanted to chronicle my journey for my family and my kids,
Mm,
so that I didn't know if I was going to be around. So I wanted to share my thoughts and inspire people. And it's just been such a fabulous journey. And I'm so thankful. So thanks for that question, Tim. I appreciate that.
yeah, of course.
Shrenik, what advice would you give to a newly diagnosed cancer patient?
Wonderful question, Mark. You know, when you are diagnosed with the cancer, believe me, cancer is like a stallion. Cancer is like a stallion. Either you ride on a stallion, and stallion is going to ride on you by default. So it is all your choice. It's all your choice whether you want to ride on stallion or not. Because otherwise, and look, uh, the cancer has only one ability, that is to spread around your body, right? But then you have too many resources. You have oncologists, technologists, mindset, support from family, everything. So make use of each and everything to not to give up. I mean, be a fighter. And I must tell you that okay, web browsers, web browsers. are full of information like encyclopedia about cancer, what type of cancer, treatments, etc. But if you are not qualified as a medical professional, let your cancer specialist look after you and don't get involved or don't follow those details as it's mentioned on web browser, because you know the treatment protocols for each and every patient, uh, each and every cancer type of cancer, the treatment protocols are different. And I mean, that cannot be a thumb rule that, okay, if he or she is given this, same is to be given to you. And unnecessarily, you are you are spoiling your head for no reason, because you get into so much of mental disturbance that you can hardly get out of this situation. And one of the words fear is survival. So I mean, don't don't die, don't die for the sake of reading the stuff on internet, and let your oncologist or cancer specialist looks after you in a proper manner, and believe them, trust them. And I must tell you my I mean, let me give you my example of my own case. Had I not been performed tracheostomy, that is on in the middle of my throat, Mark, I would have not survived. And that is the best skill I admire for each and every medical professional. I am grateful to my cancer surgeon, Dr. Patel, back in India. I mean, at that time he was 35, and he performed meticulous surgery, and I am the outcome of his skill as of now.
Thank you, Shrenik. As we begin to wind down the show, Shrenik, is there anything else that you want to? First of all, where can people connect with you to continue the conversation, to find out more about you? Do you have anything coming up that's exciting in
Uh,
your world?
well, I mean, anybody can reach out to me through social media like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. And I have my own website. I just shared with you in a private chat. I will
Yeah,
appreciate sharing it with the audience. And look,
I will.
I would like to show not one, two, but three posters. Probably this will give enough fuel, enough spark to the audience and
Oh,
people
it's Spark.
who are going to listen to this video at the later stage. And I will start with the first poster of
I'm in
20.
suspense. I'm in suspense, Shrenik. I'm sure the audience is too. Are you in
Yeah,
suspense, Mark?
Yes, I am.
I knew you would be. Oh, what's this? Let me make it bigger so everybody could see it better. Oh, wait, that's the wrong way. Let me do this again. Here we go. There is a beautiful life even after cancer. I love that.
yeah, and this was for the year 2015, and 5 years down the line, after delivering countless talks and counseling activities, in 2020, I made another one.
Okay. Let's see. Maximize. Here we go. It's thrilling life even after cancer. Yes.
And now the last one. This is definitely going to be eye opener, and will create a thoughtful situation for entire audience, and everybody will be watching this talk even later on. and believe me, this is going to give terrible spark. I will show you right away.
Oh, yes. Can life after cancer be wholesome? Yes. Is there a way to live every moment to the fullest? And this is the book about you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes. I'll have to put the link in the comments to that as well.
thank you,
I will do that.
thank you.
Definitely.
So I believe this is all and still. I mean, for me, I mean, endless for me. I'm not willing to stop at any point of time. So if you want any more questions or anything from audience, I will be more than happy to talk.
Well, we appreciate all the time that you've already spent with us. We have about 3 minutes left in the show, Mark. So, Mark, do you have any final words for Shrenik and
Of
our
course,
audience?
of course I do, Tim.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
I just want to say thank you, Shrenik, for being, as I mentioned at the top of the show, being a true pioneer for all of us, and to be an example and a shining light, because you are proof that people can overcome this dreaded disease, and it gives us all so much inspiration. And I likened you to Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. Have you seen Karate Kid, Shrenik, the movie?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay. It The Karate Kid is a famous movie from back in the 70s that many people in America have seen, and it's about a story uh, of a David and Goliath kind of a story where the David wins, and his mentor is a gentleman named Mr. Miyagi, and so we liken you to that mentor, the trailblazer, and I'll leave the wax on, wax off, and paint the fence and all that kind of stuff to Tim. But thank you so much for being an example, and courageous, and just leading the way for all of us. So from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you and what you do and what you are continuing to do for our cancer community.
Thank you, Mark. I have just one request for both of you. If you can find me a wonderful producer and director, I would love to have a documentary film made on me, because yes, I will be keeping on speaking all the time, but if I want to reach, and it is believe me, it is my relentless search to touch millions of lives globally. So I think I will be able to do it much better through documentary film. I will appreciate if you can support me, and if you can if you can help me to find out a wonderful people from Hollywood or wherever.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Shrenik. We have to wrap up the show now, but we really appreciate you sharing your story with us. You are truly an inspiration, and we really appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shrenik.
Mark.
Wow, Mark, what a story, don't you think?
Oh, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And I'm so honored for the opportunity. Thank you, Tim, for asking me to share this interview with you. It's
Oh,
been amazing.
anytime, my friend, anytime. And I'm just honored that all of our guests, including Shrenik, that they feel safe in this space here to come and share their stories here with us. and grateful for all of you who tune in every week, whether you're here live with us or on the replay, to share your stories or come and show up in the comments and share your connections and perspectives on cancer. We're grateful for all of you as well. Just a reminder that we're always looking for guests to come on the show to share your connections and perspectives on cancer, whether you're a cancer survivor or maybe you're a family member of someone who has cancer or has passed with cancer, or maybe you're a medical professional or an author, or you have some other connection or perspective on cancer. We would love to have you on the show. Or maybe you are a part of a cancer nonprofit. We would love to get some cancer nonprofits on the show as well. So if you're interested in being on the show, please send me a direct message, and I'd love to have a conversation with you and have you on the show so you can share your story and receive the love and support that our guests receive on this show. Mark, who is our guest on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer next week here?
Our guest next week is Jamie Washington. Jamie is a wife, a mom, a daughter, sibling, friend, entrepreneur, CEO, and breast cancer survivor. Let's all show up next week to support Jamie and each other. And I'd like to say this right now.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for this community that you've created, Tim. Thank you so much. It's an amazing, amazing community. And you know, if the whole world were like this community, wouldn't this world be a better place? I think it would. And so, you know, let's go beyond showing up and you know, spread the love throughout the world. And this world is in such need of more love and more compassion and more gratitude, things that we talk about on this channel. So absolutely, thank you so much, everyone, for your support, continued support, and for supporting all of us. And I really appreciate it. I am so honored, Tim. Thank you so much.
Thank you for those super kind words, Mark. I even got the puffs out because I almost needed them. And like I was saying earlier, I rearranged the office today. I may have to do a little more rearranging, but I didn't have the puffs handy, which when you do a cancer show, guys, you have to have the puffs handy. Just in case you're planning on doing a cancer show. I don't know the likelihood of that, but if you're doing one, have puffs handy. But I really appreciate those kind words, Mark. And you too have put together an amazing community with your YouTube channel, and as well as your clubhouse room that you do each week. So definitely make sure to put the information for your YouTube channel and your cancer community in the comments if you haven't already, because I want everybody to know about the amazing work that you're doing in those places as well.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Of course. And also, I just want to say a brief word about Jamie. I know we're 4 minutes over. I really try to get these shows into an hour, but it's so hard. Jamie and I connected on a virtual summit. She invited me to speak at a virtual summit right toward the beginning of COVID. And we really connected because Jamie is a breast cancer survivor, and she was going through breast cancer when she invited me to the summit. And I had, what I was going to talk about was the power of personal content and sharing your personal story and how it relates you to other people. And here we are talking about cancer. Like, this is how we related. And this is what I'm talking about at the summit. So anyway, I'm really excited to have Jamie on the show next week to share her story, besides her cancer journey, but you know, who she is as a person as well. So thank you all for showing up tonight. Thank you again, Mark. Thank you everyone for showing up for another episode of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. We are going to go out the same way that we come in every week, and maybe we'll be dancing behind the scenes. Maybe you'll want to do a little dance as we're going out. I know Shrenik's going to be dancing in the green room. I could see him back there. Here we go. Let's dance.